Hello, today I will show you a couple different ways how to open stubborn jars. So let's start with a couple simple ideas with, first of all, what we're trying to achieve by opening the jar is releasing some pressure from the inside and having some air inside. So what we can do is use a tool such as wooden spoon and tap it all around to release some pressure. In this way, your lid will suck more air in and you will hear a little noise when it's ready to open. And then you can easily open. Next tip is using same technique in a way of releasing the pressure inside is adding some air. So in here we're gonna use it a jar which has been removed from the fridge. We're gonna run it under a hot tap, or in this case I have a bowl of hot water, not boiling hot, just because you have to take care when using. So we're gonna flip the jar in, tip it for 30 seconds, and then when you do that you will need to use a towel or something to grab the lid because it's gonna be hot. In the same way, if you're worried of using hot water, you can use hair dryer as well. So after 30 seconds, we're gonna make sure there's no residue hot water, and then we're gonna use a towel to twist that off. And then it will come off really easily. Make sure you just don't touch this hot lid with your hands. The other way is using a knife. So when you have a jar, you can use a butter knife. So either you can use a sharper one or blunt end. So I will use this one. So either you can hold this in the hand and then put the finger on the knife and then try to find gaps in between the lid to put some air, and then add some leverage to add extra air inside. The safer way of doing that is placing it on the flat surface with the lid down and then putting some air in here. So what are you achieving by adding air, removing some pressure, and then you will hear a click. When you hear a click of the lid, with all of these ways, you know the air has been in the jar. And then you test it on the lid, the button is pressable. And same when you buy jars from the shop, you make sure the lid is not being able to press. That means the seal, the vacuum is still inside. So that would be a couple different ways of adding air. Next thing is using extra leverage. So then we have two different rubber gloves. So whatever you have in the house, that will give less friction, and then we'll be able to open this easier. So that would be easier way of opening using a rubber glove or a towel in this case. Next, then we have a couple of different devices if you would like to purchase one of those. So we have the one which has adjustable string in here, or we have something like this. So something like this is easier to adjust for the larger ones because you just easily adjust this whilst adding on top of your favorite sauce or jar, and then pulling a string at the end. So this string needs to be pulled to tighten and make sure it's still in here, and what it does achieves leverage. So then we have holding this device and then opening that jar. So we always keep one hand still and then we open it with the other. This device is more suitable for bottles, even though the other one is as well. It's just less holding and more leverage. So you have different sizes for different shapes. So for example, if you want to open a sauce, you just press that, and once again you can always open it for the larger ones. So just placing that on the top and then grabbing it, making sure it's nice and tight, and then twisting that off whilst twisting the bottle. Here we go. And that's really nice and easy. Couple of different ways of opening jars and sauces.